Let's talk to Matt, because I'm super happy to see him.
Man, Matt Fisch has got some big news as well. Of course, he's the CEO of AEye. Company ticker symbol is LIDR. He joins us once again here on the Big Biz Show. Matt, how are you?
Hey, Matt, I want to jump right into the press release, but before I do that, it's been a long time since you've been on the air with us. We've got new affiliates and new stations and stuff watching us and listening. Take us through what AEye does, stock symbol LIDR, and then let's talk about this minor press release. That was a pretty big press release you put out Friday. Huge. So let's talk about what you guys do first. Let's talk about the press release.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about our market as the world of physical AI. And what that means is, so I think so many people out there today have exposure to artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, for example. So we provide vision and sight, if you will, to things like ChatGPT. And the vision that we provide is optimized for machines. So it allows machines to see far beyond human capability. Lots of different applications, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
Yeah, I think what's interesting here is the press release from Friday talks about this thing called a long-term safety moat. And if you read into this thing, it's really interesting for geeks like you and your engineers and your smart guys. But for general Johnny Lunchbuckets like me and Mike and Cindy CEO like Mary, break that down for us, because this is a really actually momentous occasion for you guys with that press release.
Yeah, absolutely. I think number one, it underscores our partnership with and interest from NVIDIA. I think most people know who those folks are. It also underscores our commitment to safe transportation. One of the things that's a challenge for technology companies is when it comes to that cross-section between bringing in new technology and, let's say, the industry where safety is of prime concern. Safety, reliability. You want your car to last 10, 20 years or longer. The announcement that we made shows an expansion of our partnership with NVIDIA and serious backer, obviously, and our commitment to developing certified, highly safe, and highly robust deployment of technology in the automotive world, trucking, buses, whatever it is.
Hey, Matt, I was up at the Roth conference yesterday, and I actually sat in on a talk about autonomous driving and stuff like that. Is there a thought of how big that is going to be in the next 15, maybe 20 years, not only for our country, but for the world in general?
Right. I think, look, Barclays weighed in recently in the last few weeks about just the world of physical AI, which automotive and autonomous driving is probably the biggest piece of that. Mm-hmm. They're talking about a $1 trillion market by the year 2035. So I'd say it's pretty big. Next $1 trillion business. We're incredibly excited about participating in this market.
Matt Fisch is the CEO of AEye, ticker symbol LIDR.
Hey, Matt, I want to go back to the piece you were talking about, the safety of vehicles. I have two teenage daughters, one of which just crashed, or didn't crash it, but got in an
There are
accident.
those teenagers who have crashed, and there's those teenagers who have yet to crash.
Yeah.
It's almost like riding a bicycle. I remember my first crash, and I was standing still. A bus hit me.
Both of mine have had their first. So when you're talking about safety, I'm thinking maybe a combination of both, but one is that you know not to go because a car is coming, so it's the beeping, maybe another level of that. But also I think about safety of your tires aren't right and things aren't working inside to let your daughter, your teenage person, know that they need to get something fixed, even higher and better than what it is today, because I know that exists, but I feel like it's maybe not reliable.
Yeah, look, so I think what we're seeing just in general in the market is a wave of integration of this kind of artificial intelligence into the vehicle itself. And as the brain of this artificial intelligence accumulates more miles on the road, it'll get a lot better at, heads up on the various kind of things inside the vehicle. We're in an area of what's called active safety, and that's actually protecting people real time as they're driving from hazards.
So as opposed to being reactive or responsive, it's real time, correct? Is that the way to put it?
Yeah, that's right. Let's say you're driving on a dark, stormy night, and our sensor cuts through that bad weather and may in some cases connect to the vehicle system and say, look, we got to slam on the brakes and intervene because this is something that's coming up that the person may not be able to see.
Matt, when I hear this stuff, obviously, and we get excited about this because obviously, even with older kids that are, dare I say, about to have grandkids and stuff like that, I hear words like mandate pretty soon. If this and I'm talking about internationally, because why? Look, if you look at the data based upon self-driving cars,
Yeah.
it's way safer than human driving cars. And any sort of accident is because human error outside of that. When you start talking about LiDAR, you are right at the tip of that spear. Talk about that. And I know you can't make that part of your business model because that's, that's the unicorn. However, can you objectively see, like we can, how this could save the world in terms of just, silly transportation day to day?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just talk about the safety element of it. We'll take the autonomous driving piece off the table for the moment. I think you're referring to, there is a regulation that's been passed called NHTSA Rule 127. This is a safety mandate and requirement for OEMs that are making cars to implement here in the next few years. Look, that in particular, just one example, this addresses a growing crisis with pedestrian safety.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are staring at their cell phones more or what, but there's
That's got to be a part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we've met the enemy, and it's us. The driving stuff from the past. We were more distracted by a girl sitting at a bus stop, honestly, when we were kids.
We're changing the cassette over.
Exactly. It wasn't. There was only like two things to do, right?
Or dropping your Slim Jim.
The three things actually. You had to find out. Yeah, you had to drive. You had to change your 8-track tape, and you had to look for a phone booth. Those are the three things you did while you drove back then. Hey, Matt, before we let you get out of here, talk to us about the rest of the year for you, in as much as you can share with us. What are you looking forward to most as a company, and what's coming up that you're allowed to talk about?
Right. Obviously, we're super thrilled about the market. Just in general, we've got a lot of demand incoming in different areas: mobility, aerospace, defense, trains. Look, there's a tremendous interest out there in improving safety on a number of regards and limiting some of those big headlines that you see that aren't so great in the papers. So we're all about taking our product, Apollo, and getting it integrated into the customer systems and getting it out into the market. We're thrilled about that. Everybody's crazy excited.
Can't wait to see you when you come to San Diego, buddy.
Absolutely. Matt Fisch, CEO, AEye, company ticker symbol is LIDR. Do you feel better, Mary?
I do.
For your daughters?
I do.
Now we talk with Matt Fisch. All right.